Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of this replay between Argos, Zenith, and DreamFou here on Lost Temple. Gonna go ahead and just start this game up once again. Mutalisks just constantly harassing. These Mutalisks have to be the hero, in like the MVP of this battle, just constantly harassing, making it very difficult for these Stalkers to really engage at all. The Sentries, with that level 3 attack now, are gonna be a decent counter towards those Mutalisks, as I believe their attack is actually makes them. Their attack speed actually makes them better against. However, there is a Zerg drop into this base over here, and now there's a Doom drop coming in. Roaches and Hydralisks quickly dealing so much damage and just simply destroying the base as these Mutalisks going to come around the backside perhaps and try to reinforce. Stalkers now blinking in over here, and a large number of Stalkers just able to clean up the rest of these Hydralisks. Roaches are going to be forced to pull out, and Argos Zenith taking terrible losses in this engagement, and DreamFou and with the upgraded army able to simply destroy the rest of these roaches. Production wise, you see DreamFou now down to 4 or 5 gateways here. He still will be able to spend the majority of his minerals, as these locations were particularly already mined out. So how's this all going to work army wise, production wise? We see 7 Ultralisks currently being trained, level 3 carapace upgrades, level 3 attack, and the armor upgrades for those Ultralisks. So those Ultralisks will still be chomping on the bit, and now mass spine crawlers being built in the center of the map. We do see some Overlords just, I guess, trying to fake another drop in the base and keeping all of these Stalkers and these Colossi off guard. We do see another hatchery being laid down over here, and I guess Argos Zenith, realizing that he was currently supply locked, didn't really care. And now look at his army, already back up to 193 production wise, training up 4 more Ultralisks, more drones. And now this is going to be very deal some terrible damage, as these 6 armor Ultralisks will be able to simply slice through and with those Kaiser Blades slice through and destroy all of these Stalkers. Stalkers are going to simply fall apart to those Ultralisks, as those Stalkers are only going to be able to deal 11 damage per attack, and they also have a very slower attack speed of 1.44 compared to the Ultralisks' 0.86, which is as fast as a Marine. They also deal 48 damage per attack and have a slight splash, so that's going to be a real problem over here. Mutalisks still coming in, constantly harassing and taking down this one photon cannon here, and as this photon cannon goes, Stalker's going to try to blink in, deal more damage. However, now we see some Zerglings just swarming this position over here. These Zerglings, these Cracklings, now just running in, able to deal so much damage, taking down this Nexus over here, and now just constantly just being able to spend more and more. You can see the amount of just larva that he has, Argos Zenith has at this time in the game. He has, what, almost 3 full control groups of larva spread across all of these hatcheries. So he can easily macro up a very large army very quickly. Back over here, we see the Stalkers and the Colossus now moving out. I'm still surprised that we don't see any Corruptors, as there are now mass Spine Crawlers. Those Spine Crawlers will get in the way of these Ultralisks, however, and those Colossus now coming in, and in come the Ultralisks. Ultralisks now slicing their way through. We have some Guardian Shield. Stalkers in decent position. The Colossus trying to stack up on top of each other. However, these Stalkers now just getting destroyed, like I mentioned earlier, getting just torn apart here, and the army now quickly being destroyed. 7 more Ultralisks quickly getting denied. However, the Colossus using Lost Temple and sitting on this high ground here, quickly cleaning up the rest of that army. So beautifully done. We are getting however, the Greater Spire, so we should be seeing some Broodlord production in just a moment. Currently no Broodlords there. Army wise, 1675 versus 2675. 7 more Ultralisks quickly being trained. Level 3 armor upgrade. Ultralisks now going to chomp in and perhaps get a lot of damage on these Stalkers. Stalkers just falling apart to the wayside. Down goes some of those Colossus, and the Stalkers trying to blink away, trying to salvage this game. There are only 2 Colossus and a couple Stalkers left over here, as those Colossus now just falling apart. Down it goes. Zerglings now coming in to join in on this battle as well, and now Argos Zenith desperately losing in this army count as well. This one Colossus trying to dance between the ledge. Will he be able to, able to hide, position himself right there? And now those Colossus are they able to attack him? No, that Colossus is bugged. That Colossus is sitting there unable to be attacked by both sides. Absolutely hilarious, as more and more Colossus. However, Queens now coming in with that range of 3 on their claws, able to deal that damage. but that was absolutely hilarious. If the armor upgrade on those Colossus made it very, very difficult for those queens to even deal any damage. I think if the level 3 armor upgrade was completed, perhaps with Chrono Boost, that Colossus could have taken down 2 more Ultralisks very, very easily. Back over here, we do see more Ultralisks now being trained. No Corruptors just quite yet. We do have the Greater Spire, but I do not believe that Argos Zenith can really afford to try to macro any Broodlords at this stage in the game. We do see some Ultralisks now moving out. There are some Stalkers down over here. As the Zerglings now moving in, they're going to get a quick surround. Stalkers blinking away. Beautifully done, as these Ultralisks now starting to chomp away at these buildings, taking down some of those photon cannons back over here. And now in comes this Colossus with a range of 9, trying to use its damage very, very effectively. Ultralisk finally coming in, and down goes that last Colossus over there. So wow, Ultralisk able to clean up this game. Ultralisk with such amazing damage, 52 damage, and has slight splash. So yeah, that's much more effective against armored units than even siege tanks, as they attack almost 4 times faster than a siege tank. Over here, they're butting their heads up against that robotics facility. We'll be able to take it down with a ram. Now going to start slicing away. Force field not going to stop these massive Ultralisks right now. And now that 6 armor just reducing the amount of damage that these Colossus can do from 21 damage down to 15 damage per laser swipe, for a total of 30. Ultralisk getting choked up on themselves, but it's not going to matter. Mass Ultralisk going to be able to finish up this game, and DreamFou is going to be forced to say GG. Just trying to use this one Colossus very, very effectively, dealing a lot of damage. And now in comes some Overseers, and these Colossus are just dancing, just trying to taunt over here, and not quite sure why, as there are just a massive Overseers just contaminating all of these buildings. And now, well, mass Overseers spending all of his minerals and gas on Overseers, instead now dropping in creep as well. So all it will take is one Corruptor, and DreamFou and does a little weird face talking, I guess says GG, realizing that he had no chance whatsoever. That Colossus now trying to hang up on that ledge, trying to run away from those from these Ultralisks, but will not be able to work. Army size down to 0, as the army of Argos Zenith just so strong. 11 Ultralisks. Yeah, 11 Ultralisks, a lot of changelings. I guess he's just trying to have some fun with his opponent, knowing that he's sitting on 168 units. His army size probably very, very expensive just because of all of these Overseers here. Look, massive numbers of changelings just sitting here and having fun in this game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Argos Zenith and DreamFou here on Lost Temple.